redistricting. Politico has a column this morning by Jonathan Martin, 110, that says moderate House Republicans in the Northeast and in California are very upset about these redistricting efforts because they'll lose their jobs over them if the blue states follow through to match Texas. I understand they don't want to lose their particular jobs, but of course, the whole point of this is to pick up other seats. So, it's not like Republicans are
I
just
feel
going
like
for a net loss. Go ahead.
Politico should write a story tomorrow saying that the sun came up.
Yeah.
I mean, this was sort of like I honestly kept thinking to myself, could you state the obvious in more words, please?
Yeah. Texas is ratcheting up the pressure on the Democrats. They still are showing no signs of going back. But I see no other big developments in the story in the last 24 hours, but it is still getting a lot of coverage. So, Dan, anything you see on your radar on redistricting you want to bring up?
I think the only thing is that the Democrats are getting a little out of control in how they talk about this. I mean, we went back and forth yesterday, and you guys were alluding to it. But the fact that some people are starting to say this is like a threat to democracy and stuff like that, it's an eye roll. I mean, it is as old as the Republic itself. And I think the party's just got to be careful. And you're starting to see, Mark, you flag this, and I think, Sean, you have too. It's a real open question if Gavin Newsom can pull this off. Same with even J.B. Pritzker. So, we'll see. But I think the party, look, it's going to hurt. Like it is decreasing our chances of taking the House back.
Well, the other thing is, I think it'll be, first of all, I think the big question to me is what's the net, right? When this is all done, when the dust settles, because the bottom line is, politically speaking, Republicans have a much better hand to play. If they can force Democrats back, like let's say hypothetically they pick 5 out of Texas, you theoretically could get 1 out of New Hampshire. I think you could get 3 out of Ohio, 1 or 2 out of Indiana, 1 or 2 out of Missouri. So to me, this is all about the net. What do you get out of it? And the thing about every one of the Republican states, every one of them, is it's a simple act of the legislature. In the Democratic states, Illinois, I think, has a problem. New York definitely has a constitutional issue. California has an issue in terms of logistically how they actually get there. And this is where, Republicans, I think the bigger issue to me is, what does the net look like and how many people are willing to do it? Because there's not a single state outside of Texas. And I'm still not convinced that Texas really wants to do this, or are they going through the motions? But the bottom line is that in New Hampshire, Ohio, Missouri, Indiana, they're not jumping up and down and saying, let's go for it. Right. They're all like,
Nobody is.
Yeah. Well, let me say a few things, then we'll move to our last topic, and please raise your hand if you want in on the conversation. First of all, I agree, John, with what you said, with the exception that Matthew Bartlett and I think you're wrong about New Hampshire. I don't think there's any way they're going to get a seat out of New Hampshire.
No. Just to be clear, I didn't say they could. It's if
I don't think it's possible.
You don't think you can carve the first into a winning district?
No.
Oh,
I don't think you can.
I know. Okay. Okay. I mean, again, I think there's a big difference between whether they will and whether they could. You could easily make the first more competitive.
I just don't think the governor is going to go for it. I mean, you could.
No. Okay, then we're saying the same thing.
Does, Ohio does, Missouri
hold on.
Indiana.
Yes. If they tried to do it, they could do it. But Matthew Bartlett, I just don't think they will. Yeah. So
wait, hold on. We're in agreement. We're actually in agreement. Then I think you could do it.
Yeah.
They won't do it.
Yeah, but that's why I wouldn't even bring it up in the same breath with the other states. In any event, it's a quibble. Just to be clear for people, you wouldn't know this from most of the coverage. Literally, as Sean suggested, this may happen in no state.
Yep.
They literally happen in no state. And the net's what matters. And to me, the danger for the Democrats is the most likely outcome is Republicans net some seats. And it's possible that not a single Democratic state pulls this off, in which case they will have wasted a lot of time not talking about the economy, not talking about even Epstein. They're talking about this. And they will have promised their voters that they know how to fight and they're going to stand up to Donald Trump, and they completely fail. And then they lose the House over it, when people will say, well, you couldn't execute this and you should have been focused on other ways to try to take the majority back. So I really do think there's a lot of peril here for Democrats, because, again, focus on the trees, not the forest. Republicans have the advantage in netting more seats in almost every way, just because the process in each individual state.
The only thing, Mark, is I am very critical of the Democratic Party's fight stuff. But on this, I actually do get it. They may fail, and I agree with you, but they are smart to say, okay, if the White House is hunting for seats to keep the majority, which they have a right to do, not unethical or illegal or whatever, then so should we. I get. And to your point, Republicans have a stronger hand to play than us. But that they shouldn't focus on it, to me, would not be the right strategy.
The thing that I'll say, though, and again, two key things. Whether it's Indiana, Missouri, New Hampshire, Ohio, or even Texas, or Florida, for that matter, just to add that to the list, I just want to be clear. There is the difference between our side and the Democratic side is that in every state, every one of those, it's a simple vote issue. Can you pass it and can you get it done? I don't see a single one of those, not one, that is Texas obviously is trying. Not one of them is actually enthusiastically trying to accomplish it. Okay. But the significant logistical difference is ours is just a matter of putting it up for a vote and doing it. On the Democratic side, they can't.
Want more great clips like that? I've got an idea. Hit the subscribe button, be part of the Two-Way community, never miss a clip. And you can always watch our full episodes, join them live, go to twoway.tv.